you know, I've had beer bottles thrown at him.
Tell us about that.
I'm going to tell you the beer bottle story. We did the Tommy Fierro Fan Slam convention. You remember visiting that Tommy Fierro during WrestleMania weekend?
Right.
Okay. So, you know, after the convention, you know, I didn't want to take you to the restaurant. I just wanted to get you back to the hotel, but they begged us to go out to party, this and that. So we go out to the Fridays. So we're out at Fridays, and you know, Sheik's having a good time drinking the beers. They're spiking my drink with whatever hot sauce, whatever the fuck. Whatever it is, because they think they're fucking all funny and
no, I didn't do that.
Not you. Right. They did. Not relax. So, you know, so they're feeding Sheik. They're giving him margaritas, and you get like 5 margaritas on top of beers. So strong drink beer, strong big drink.
Right.
He was fucked up beyond belief. Then all of a sudden we moved over to this pub 46 and what? Then we moved over to this pub 46 in Clifton, and then we were all sitting at a huge table. Sheik's in the like, you know, on this particular, not all in the far end, but like a quarter of the way in from the end with the Tommy Fierro and the rest of the group. And I'm on the far end talking to Lalani Kai. You call her Lalani Kai, but look, Lalani Kai. So, and then they're feeding him beers and this and that, and he's aggravated, you know, he's getting aggravated because I guess I'm not paying attention to him, but everybody else is paying attention to him. And I was sitting talking to Lalani Kai, and then the people are all working him up, and then he starts going off on me, ranting and raving on me for whatever. Then the next thing, you know, I take all his, you know, I am the foil or the fool to the Iron Sheik. It's part of the act. He screams at me. I'm never any good. It's like if you watch Howard Stern, Gary Dell'Abate is is always the fall guy for all.
We've seen it for the last hour and a half here.
I'm the fall guy for the Iron Sheik. It's just part of the act, and you know the fans love it, this and that. And when the camera's off and we're privately, we just laugh about it because that's our deal. But this time it got taken to a different level because. One, he was all fucked up and probably wasn't thinking clearly with the beer and stuff. And I'm talking to Lalani Kai and I'm not paying attention, you know, whatever. And so he's screaming, calling me these names. And then I had enough. You can only take so much of it. So I started firing back at him a little bit. So he got mad at me. The next thing I know, I see him winding up throwing a beer bottle at me. So I'm like, you know, he's a 60+ year old, and I'm a young guy. So I get my hand up. Or whatever. So he throws a beer bottle at me. I can take all his shit, you know. I can take all the verbal abuse and stuff that goes on because it's part of the thing. But when it turns physical, that's a whole different. I just cut it off right there because me or nobody else should be subject to that. So I got fucking crazy with that. So we go over and then he tried to sucker me, but I saw it coming, so I got the hand up and then they separate us and then the bouncers are there and he's crazy and I'm crazy and I'm in control. But the bouncers didn't know I was in control. I was trying to get him and the 6 bouncers were trying to hold me back or whatever. And then finally they grabbed me and I heard ground. That means they're going to throw me to the ground.
Oh.
I took a fucking horse stance. Okay, I centered my left. I'm a martial artist. I centered my left. I was just waiting to get swept. My leg to get swept out or whatever. But they couldn't get me to the ground. Finally, for some reason, I got distracted. They got my arms behind my back like this, and once that was done, my energy was broke, and they just walked me. They walked me right out the building, and I was calm the whole way.
In the restaurant?
No, it was in the pub 46.
Oh, they come hook you up.
They locked me up like that. They didn't handcuff me. They just grabbed me.
The security or
the bouncers? The bouncer.
Because that was your bar?
Because we were both crazy.
No,
you threw a beer bottle at me and you tried to sucker punch me with a slap, and I was going to hit him. I was going to hit him back, but there was the table in the middle, and the angle of me hitting him was off, so I didn't have a clean shot. I didn't have a clean shot to hit him. Wow. And if I'm going to throw a punch, I better make it mean something. I don't want to hit him with a light shot because it wasn't going to do anything. Plus, he's already fueled up with alcohol, so he ain't going to feel anything. So I didn't do anything. I just let it.
You're lucky you didn't hit me.
Right. So the security guy got me out, and so then Lalani Kai came out, and then Sheik came out, and somebody took him back to the hotel, and I took Lalani Kai back to the hotel, and I just we just cooled off. And then we spoke about it maybe 3 or 4 days later.
And everything's okay.
And we apologized, and again, I got to put new safeguards into place for when I'm dealing with him, and because there's always, whenever something bad goes on, it's a learning experience. If you don't learn from your mistakes, then you're done.
Yeah.
So I tried different, so
Excuse
I got
me,
to do
Sean.
something to change.
Excuse me, I interrupt there.
Yes.
Go ahead.
One thing, Sean, a lot of people told me they don't like Eric because he's a big mouth and he's a little bit jabroni and he get hit with everybody, which is I understand. He's a heel, I'm a babyface. But in the public or anywhere we go, everybody tell me, Sheik, Eric have a big mouth. He's a no good son of a bitch. And he needed sometimes you hit him a little bit more. He get hit with everybody because of his big mouth. And we don't respect the people.
But have you ever worked for a promoter that didn't have a big mouth, that wasn't a heel? All the best ones are, aren't they? They're all looked at as...
You ask me excellent question.
Maybe senior, right? Senior probably
Senior,
was
good.
Right.
We have a two kind of promoter. Bad and worse. None of them good. Except, God bless him, Mr. McMahon Sr., his word and his chicane was anything to me. I believe that, man. Besides that, like I said, we have a two kind of promoter, and Eric knows what I'm talking. Bad and worse. None of them good.
They all have to have big mouths to make the money, right? So there's a little carny in all of them.
Exactly.
Well, listen, the promoters...
Actually, I hate that face.
The promoters want to get the
puppy
talent.
dogs.
See, and I run into this problem a lot, too. The promoters want to get the talent. See, I'm in the middle. I have to keep the talent happy. I got to keep the promotion happy because it's just a fine line. The promoters want to get the talent for the cheapest price possible. The talent wants to come in for the most money possible. So what I do as like a middle ground is I line guys up with like a bunch of things in a weekend. So they'll come in and they'll work. They'll do 2 or 3 autograph sessions, work two wrestling shows. So they're doing 4 or 5 things in a weekend. So they're not. So the promoter's not paying top dollar. The wrestler's not getting top dollar, but not getting cheated either. He's getting a little here, and a little there. And by the time the weekend's over, it's not what you get at each thing, it's what you go home with at the end of the weekend. So I can send a guy home with $1,500, $2,000 for a weekend's worth of work. A 2-hour session here, a 2-hour session here, 10 minutes of work in a wrestling thing, 10 minutes work here. We do the gimmicks, the merchandise, the pictures, the Polaroids, whatever, and it's a good mix, and it's a win-win for everybody.
Right.
So and that's the way it has to be done.